Hello.
ಹಲೋ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಹಲೋ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ನ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿನ ಒಂದು 2 minutes ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಶೂರ್.
ಸರಿ. ಹಲೋ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Hello. Hi,
ಜಾಯ್ನ್
Banu.
ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Hi, Prabha. Good evening.
Yeah, hi ma'am.
Okay, so let's start the class today. Okay, so today we will continue with that consignment as well as the pipeline, and we will add 2 more orders so that the special stock will be completed. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so on the special orders, special procurement process under this topic, we will do this consignment. Subcontinent is already done, return purchase, pipeline order, blanket order. So we'll try to cover these 3 remaining pending or 4 pending orders. So let's go to the remote desktop. Okay. For the consignment, we will already started creating the purchase info record. So during the purchase order, we got stuck. So I will start doing again the purchase order. so that without any interruption, we can complete the complete cycle. So material 90, account, what is the account category for consignment?
Okay.
Consignment, for consignment, what is item category? From past 2 days, we are doing the same thing again and again. Item category for consignment order. It's K. Okay. K for consignment order. Now quantity, let's say 10. And it is saying created for MM0. Okay, let's change the first plant. We will add the plant 01. Header and remove this. Add 0001 and company code 0001. Okay. So can delivery be met? Yes. Now we will save the order. So now what happened? We have created an order to the supplier. Now supplier will be sending the goods to us. Okay, so order has been created. The last digit is 315. Now I'll go to MeGo, that is goods receipt. So before that, we will check the stock for this material. MMBE 90, plant is 001. Execute. Okay, so right now we have the stock under vendor consignment, and this is the overview of the stock for this material. Now let's do the goods receipt. The last digit was 5. I'll enter 5. Okay. Moment type is not defined. Okay, as we are receiving the goods, all the goods are coming in. So we will just enter the moment type 101. Later, when we are taking inside our for production purpose, then we will change. So storage location. Okay, purchase order, partner. Let's see the checkbox is enabled. Okay, click on OK. Then check. Okay, so the quantity is this. Before that stock, you check the stock for this. Under this will be like this. Now you post it. Now you refresh this. You see the addition. See, 9 was there under vendor consignment. Now it's 19. Okay, now we have received. So now you want to use some material for the production purpose and you want to withdraw. So right now the stock is it is under the vendor stock. We want to withdraw only 2. So then what happens? You will be using the goods transfer posting, because it is already there in our warehouse, but as for the personal purpose we are using it. So we will be transferring from our warehouse stock to other for production storage location. So it is called transfer posting. In that we have to use moment type as 411K. So this is one you have to remember. In interview they will ask what is the moment type for consignment. If you want to move for your own stock, then it is 411K. Now enter 90 and plant 0001. It's from the same plant we are moving it. Okay, under 0001 to 0001. Now vendor code. So keep entering. Next tab. Material quantity I want to do 2. Where vendor, enter the vendor for which you have created the purchase order. Click on enter. Then go back here and see if anything else. Click on check button. Okay, it say document okay. Now post. So we used to get stuck yesterday, so we have resolved those of errors which was related to finance. Now we are good. So document got posted. Now you refresh this. See, we have received it. Before it was 17. Now it is went back. Okay, so our to own stock. It is in our 0001 over here. Okay, it is got added here too. Okay, now what happened? We know the process. Now coming back to this, we have received the goods received, and this too, whatever we have withdrawn, for that we have to do the payment to the supplier. You don't have to. Before, in earlier case, what you used to do? You used to do the payment for all the material which we have received, but the remaining material is still under the vendor stock. It's not our own stock. So whatever you have used it, withdrawn, only for that you have to do the payment. So in this case, we will have a different type of payment that is called settlement. Okay, so we'll go. In earlier standard scenarios, we used to do goods invoice receipt using Miro transaction code. But here it's not like that. We will be doing the MRK, account settlement. So MRKO. So here, see, we have to do the settlement. For pipeline and consignment only, the settlement will be there. For remaining everything, invoice receipt has to be created. Okay. Now I'll use the here and display, execute. So I'll be doing the posting of only this account number. So the details is like this: company code, supplier, material document number, year, when you have done the date, and not settled. The status is settled. If there is any error, it will throw here. So, and what is the quantity, and what is the material number, and what is the withdrawal quantity. So as your withdrawal quantity 2, so you have to pay only for that 2. Okay, it's kind of a paying to the vendor. So I'll use the material document 111. So I'll use only this. So here what we did, I did a display option. That's why you were able to display. Now I'll do the settlement. When you do the settlement, it will go to the next step to do the payment to the vendor. Okay, now we will do settlement, execute. See, once you execute, the document is created. In the sense, the document got created, and the invoice generated. It will next to the finance team will do the payment to the supplier. So there's no error. Usually, this kind of issue we get 2 errors. Okay, so what happens? Let me show you that error. So I'll open other screen. If you're not maintained the tags, you will get an error. Now I'll show that. ME12, same setup, consignment, enter. I'll go to purchase org. See, tags. So what I'll do, I'll remove this tags. I'll save it. Okay, now I'll go back. There was one more document we had, right? So I'll try to show you to settle that. I'll remove this. Let me execute. Not settled means it is still in processing. So 108, right? So I'll go back. I'll enter the 108. 108, it is not settled because we have not posted it. So you execute now. Sorry, I have to go back and click on settle button. So once I settle, you see no tax information found. Okay. So you get this kind of error. Usually in this consignment, while posting the invoice, you get only 2 errors. One is this, the other one is, I'll show you now. Now I'll go back to consignment. I'll maintain the tax back. This is one error. So if you get that error, you have to maintain the tax code in the info record. Save it. So other error is output error. So MRM1 is one transaction code where we maintain the output for consignment. See, invoice verification. So you have to maintain the output KONS. This is all something you have to understand the process. Okay, if it is a consignment order, we will be doing the settlement, not the invoice. And for that, doing the settlement, as a mandatory prerequisite, you have to maintain the output type and the tax code in the info record. Otherwise, you won't be able to do the settlement. So that you have to understand the process. Now, your output type KONS. KONS means consignment. So as we are doing the settlement, we have to maintain this output type. If you are not maintaining, you'll get an error. I'll show you that. I'm going to MR change. Go to change, enter, company code, enter. This is the option. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this and I'll delete it. Okay, I'll delete and set. Now I'll go back and do the settlement. Let's see what error we get now. MRKO and enter the same document number. Click on settle and execute. See? Oh, vendor code 1008. We should get error, but it got posted. Let's check why it got posted. MRM3 KONS. I think somebody has selected some option. So usually this is we have to maintain. If you are not maintaining in real time scenario, you'll get an error. I think here they have removed that mandatory field. So that's why you're able to post it. Okay, so this is how the consignment process works. So we have done from creation to goods received. Again, goods received, you have received and you also did the transfer posting and everything. So let me go to okay, let me just enter. Okay, so what we did, consign PO. Okay, so what we did here, as usual, you can create a material, first step and vendor. So we already have that. So using transaction code, T code, MM01 and BP. Okay. After that, we have to maintain the purchase info record. Purchase record with item in with info record. Info record. Consignment. ME11. After that, we have create item category K consignment. PO in ME21N. Then we did the stock check. Stock check we did in MMB. And what we did next? Then we did the goods received. Goods received. Goods received with 101 moment type. As we are receiving everything in MIGO transaction. Again, what we did, we checked the stock. So in MMB. Then again, what we did, we went back and did the goods received in same transaction code, but moment type was goods received. Transfer stock. Transfer stock with moment type 411K. Okay, so we did this. So after that, what we did? Stock check MB. So you're getting me right? So we have settlement stock. Settlement using MRKO transaction code. So what all the error we saw? Error, tax code, missing. So maintain tax code in PIR. So this is how you will get some error in case if you get during the settlement. You got my point, right? Any doubt in this process?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. You didn't confusion this time, right?
Oh, once we have to practice this, ma'am, then I think it will
I'm
get clear.
I'm
Because-
still hearing the practice, but I don't know when you practice. No worries. I hope now all the error has been resolved. It's good to practice now. You can start doing that.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll just copy. This is the about the consignment process. Now I'll copy this and I'll just open the in one more page to maintain the pipeline. So now we'll do the pipeline. Okay, go back. Yeah. So now for pipeline, what we have to do? You have to. We already have the vendor and pipeline consignment we need to have, and here we have to create PO with the pipeline material. Okay. So one step has to be added here. Control plus shift row. Okay. So we'll follow. We will just create a new material. Then we have to do all the setup. Let's do that. So I'll go to remote desktop now, back again. So now we are doing the pipeline. So MM01. See, this is a material type. So you have to use a material type for creating the pipeline. Just click on enter, accounting, purchasing. So purchasing is not required because we are not doing the purchase order. So here, for example, let's say water. So water will be a liter, right? So you can just L for liter. You can just click on this and you can search. L for liter.
Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Tell me.
pipeline, we are not going to buy the pipeline.
No. That setup is already there. For example, your water, we receive water, power, and all, right? To our houses.
Okay.
So it's like production also, you need water, current, everything. So for that, it is already set up. Only the government has to supply those things. Okay, it's like that.
Like,
Yeah.
it only contains water, not
Yeah,
any
water,
chemical water.
electricity, like that.
Okay, in that case, okay.
Yeah, that one, that is called a pipeline.
Because I am looking here, WCS, my water circulation team, because we order pipes and all. That's what I'm asking.
No, not that.
Okay. Fine.
No problem. Okay, so now we created. So material is 21. So again, we have to go back and maintain the, this is a, mandatory. Purchase info record is a mandatory for the consignment as well as for the pipeline. Okay, so now we created material. Now we will maintain the info record. We'll use the same vendor code and everything. Here, the info category you'll be using pipeline. Just click on enter. Some mandatory field to fill, enter. And here the tax code is mandatory. Otherwise, well, settlement, you get the same error. Price, then save it. So we have created the purchase info record. Now moving back to the Migo. So here we don't have purchase order. So directly we are receiving it. We are not creating, because based on your consumption, you will be doing the payment. right? So we don't know how much we are using per monthly and all. So for that, we don't have to create a purchase order. So like in current and water and all, we don't know the consumption. Some month it will be less, some month it will be more. So that's why we don't have the purchase order for the pipeline. So directly you do the we will do the goods receipt, like record the consumption, how much we have consumed. So goods receipt, other, go to enter. Here you have to note down 201. Okay. Movement type for this is 201P. So what is this 201? So 201 is, see, we have different type of movement type. Based on this movement type only, account will get maintained. So that, so see, 201 consumption against the cost center, consumption against the consignment 201, consumption and consumption for a cost center from pipeline. So we will just do this. Click on enter. Enter the material. So our material, pipeline material was 21, right? Yeah, 21 water. Click on enter. Quantity, let's say 10,000 liter. I'll just put 21. Where plant is 0001. See the description, goods issue pipeline for the cost center. Okay, so cost center means if you, for example, each department will have their own cost center. Your manager will have one cost center. So in this department, if someone, if he has to go for a dinner, if he has to give some training to the employees, so to each department, he will have some cost center. Accordingly, he has to spend that amount. Okay, it's like that. So that is we call cost center. Now your vendor is same vendor. I'll just copy and paste it. Account assignment. Let's check mandatory fields. Enter. See, it is giving enter cost center. So this is used for the production purpose, means the production manager. So his cost center will come into picture. So we will use whatever exists for this company code. Just click on tick. And this is what exists. So just click on enter. Again, click on check. So document is okay. So we have no error. Just check and see if it is already checked. Yeah, check is already done. So now you can post it. Okay, so we have done the posting. So in case you want to, by mistake you have done something wrong and you want to reverse that, what you can do? You can use the 20202. Okay, you can use 202 and you can reverse whatever you posted, like how we did in a goods receipt 101, 102. So you can, while practicing, you can try all this 202 for reversing it. Okay, now we will do the, so what we did with that Migo, we have completed the same way, like how we did for the consignment, we will do the settlement. So we have to do the payment, right? So let's go back, MRKO, and just display. I'm clicking the display and I'm removing the consignment. So for pipeline, I'm just checking if any order is created. See, we have created this material document. So now go back and do the settlement. Click on settle and just execute and select. That's all. See, document created. So successfully we have done the payment also. So this is the process of the pipeline agreement. So let me just put here. Create material 21. We have used the vendor. We did the info category. Instead of consignment, we use the pipeline. We created the pipeline. Okay. Then we created the year PO. No PO required. What pipeline? Stock check not required. Goods receipt. We have not done the goods receipt, but we have done the goods issue. Goods issue based on the consumption for the movement type 201P. We did Amigo. Okay, this row 201P. in the Migo transaction. Again, we didn't do the stock check, not required, not required. Yes, we did the settlement for the pipeline. Okay, here again the same error will come. Whenever that error comes, you can maintain that. Okay, this is about the pipeline. So let's move to the blanket view. Okay, so now I'll teach you how the blanket PO is created. So usually blanket PO means where you will be doing the every month kind of services every month. For example, milk. Okay, you will be purchasing the milk every day and stationery items every day. So whenever you want to buy, so you will keep buying that. So those kind of items we can create a blanket order for that. Okay, so like this. So created for the repeated procured material, stationery or milk, etc. Okay, so we have to use the vendor item category. Here we will use B. I'll show you that. Account assignment we have to use K, and document type will be framework. Okay, so here you have to enter the framework, enter the additional data. I'll show you one by one how it has to be done. Let's use this as a reference. I've created this 313 yesterday. So here, as in pipeline, we saw creating no PO, whereas here we won't be creating the GR. Directly we'll be paying it. Okay, so like you buy milk, you'll create milk or stationery for certain amount. Until that amount gets cleared, you will keep buying. Okay, so it's like that. Let's go to PO. ME21. Yes. Okay. See, as I said, account. We have to use the framework. So here it is called the blanket order. Okay. So you will have this scenario. Maybe in your company you can search some table if any FO order created. So vendor, I'll have used this. Let me take that here for reference. Okay, the same vendor. So vendor is this. Okay, I have to change the purchase order. The same step you can remember this because we are using the same transaction for creating everything. See, as soon as you click, it is going to the additional data, which means valid stat. So since from how many months you want this validity to be. So for example, let's say for 1 month, I want this order to be repeated. Okay, validity period. So then you enter. So here the point is we won't maintain any material. So you don't have to create the material. So it's a free text. So whatever so far we have seen all with the material number. So that whatever you do, it will get added to the inventory in the stock. Whereas this one all we don't want to record. We don't want any inventory or any stock to be maintained. So this side as on we keep using it. Right, so this is created with the free. So let's say stationery set. Okay, so like 10, and here it will ask please enter material number or account assignment category. So here, so account assignment category K and item category B is important. It's a mandatory. So K is nothing but cost center. So because if I'm using for HR department, then HR department cost center has to come here. So okay. And B means limit. So with limit we are doing it. So you can click it limit. Okay, click on enter. Okay, enter plant. It is asking to enter plant. Enter plant. And you note here Please enter material or service group. As we are not entering the material number, so we have to enter the material group, so that the whatever the expenses will come, it will go under the material group. So let's see if we have anything. Yeah, we have something here, stationery material group. So click on that. See, as soon as I enter, it is again giving me one more, maintain services or limit. So I have to maintain limit. For example, let me maintain 1000. Okay, 100. So here enter the cost center. So GL account. So whatever you are doing this expenses, you're buying something, will go for this GL account details. So tomorrow somebody wanted to take a report. Okay, how much I have spent for so and so expenses. Then they can enter the GL account and they can find the expenses for that particular activity. Okay, it is we need to enter the cost center also. So the same cost center we can use it. Expected value, let's enter same thing. Okay, now let's check if you have any error. So no error. So click on save button. So before that, yeah, save. So 316 has been created. Now what we will do, we will perform. Let me just, so here we don't have to do any goods receipt. We have to perform Miro. So the settlement part is done. So settlement only for consignment and pipeline. Now we'll go back to Miro screen again. The PO number is 316. Okay, so let's document date. So that is today's date. And this is for blanket. Okay, then enter the PO number, last digit 6. Okay, drag it down. Okay, here you have to keep moving towards your right side. Account assignment, edit. So once you go here, so it is asking baseline date. So let's enter today's date. So earlier, as soon as you enter the PO, balance should used to come. Now there's no balance coming yet. So that is the difference. Okay, and I have to use invoice. Okay, now go back to edit. Yeah, you see, it is coming amount here. So now I'll use 50. Okay, I'll use one invoice. I did a payment. Okay, now you just go up. Whatever the amount you have entered will come here. Now you enter that 50 here so that it becomes balance. So go back. Yeah, 0. Stimulate. P1. Okay. Post. Just double click. It's a warning message. So you see the document is created. Now I'll go back to the PO. Now I'll refresh the PO. Right now, just refresh and you see the purchase order history tab created. See what are the invoice we have created that has come here. Okay, invoice receipt. So now, sorry, not this one. This is the one. So before that, you didn't had any purchase order history. Now I'll refresh 31C purchase order. Now you go back and check. See, it has been there, the 50 quantity amount. So here under limit, see actual value. So you have consumed, remaining is 50. So again you go, again you do like this. You can do n number of time invoices. You have to keep paying it. Okay, you can do n number of time. So again I'll go here. I'll use blanket 2. Again I'll enter the same PO number using the same. So in other scenario, why we call it blanket PO? Because until that particular amount get used, you can use the same purchase order. It's not like you have to keep using different purchase order. Using same purchase order, you can do multiple invoices. That is the advantage of the blanket POs. Okay, now go back to edit option again. And okay, baseline date. Now go to edit. Here, the remaining is 50. What I'll do, 51, I'll enter. Okay, check. You see, value exceeds the limit. So our value is 100, but it exceeds the limit back. See, it will not allow you to proceed further because it says exceed, but I've given only 100, right? It is exceed. So what I'll do, I'll go and make it 50. If I make 50, it will accept. Check. See, now no error. So back. Now the 50 has come here. So go to basic data, enter the 50 amount back again, enter. Now stimulate, enter, post it, click on enter again. So the document 96 created. Go back to your purchase order. Number, yeah. Now we had 1. So I'll go refresh this here. So you'll see 2. So 100 has been done. So now if you go here, and you should notice the net price is a blank here. So even though it did not ask us anything, of course we have a limit. You see, all are limit. If you mention no limit here, then you can keep doing n number of times without any limit. Okay, as we maintain some limit, so hence it will allow us to do only that till then. You can take till 1 year. You can keep doing use the same PO number of time. You can do the invoice. Okay, so this is how blanket PO is created. Now let me go back. Yeah, so the steps already have given here. Now the last one, return PO. So we'll do the return PO. So return PO is something like you want to return something to the supplier. Okay, for example, you want to return something which you have not used. Okay, so that way what you'll do, you'll go back. Let's create one more PO. Okay. For example, some shops and all, they will give a supplier will send the item along with the packaging material. Okay, so there will be a packaging material which will be more expensive, right? For example, where we can say to keep his item, he needs some packaging. So for that, he will give a display. Once you complete everything, item is sold out, he will come back and take the display, the package. For example, cool drinks, they will give a tray, right? So once all the bottle is empty, they'll come back and they take the tray back. As an example I'm giving. So similar way, there might be some item which will send, where the supplier will send to us, and you expect the package item to be returned back. Okay, so it's like that. So that in that scenario, we'll use this return. So let's go and create return. So I'll use the same material. So 1. Okay. Org data 0001. Flat 0001. Price must be greater than 0. Okay. Before I maintain the price, here you see the option. See, here we have 2 checkbox. Return item, because you have consumed whatever was there, so you have to return the package item to them. And there's a free item, free of charge. If something they have given free, you can mention free. Okay, so there won't be cost here. For example, if I mention free, see, check. See, the net price, it is not asking. Okay, and there won't be any error. Now I'll just check return, enter, check. See, net price. So this is the difference. So enter the net price. Okay, now we are just creating a return PO. For that, you have to enable this tick. Okay, whenever you do a return PO, you have to enable that tick. This is the 317. Now we'll go back to Vigo. You see, you noticed one thing. When we did goods receipt against the purchase order, before it used to take the 101, right? I didn't maintain any moment type here, but by default, it is taking 161. Means we are returning it. Okay, so by default, it will take 161. So you have to maintain, you have to remember this 161 for return order. Okay, now what I'll do, same quantity, same material, and I'll just drag this and click on OK. Click on OK, check, enter location, OK. Wait, 001, check, post. Okay, 22 posted. So we have created. Now go back to PO. Enter the PO number. Yeah, you see 161 moment type, and you will see the minus stop. Okay, if you're doing a goods receipt, you will see 101 moment type with the positive stop. So as we are returning it, it's showing the minus. So from our inventory, it is minusing the stock, and also from our payment, it is minusing it. Okay, this can be done only when you have not done the payment to supplier. Okay, so if you have done the payment, you have to do credit memo. So now go back, we will ask supplier to do the, if you already did the payment, you have to ask them to pay the credit memo. So now we'll go to MRO. Here the step is before what we used to do invoice. Right now we have to do a credit memo because we want supplier to send back the money to us for the item which we are returning it. Return here. Enter the PO number 67 and 100. Enter the 100. Okay, baseline. Now go back and check. Enter. See, before it was the entry also will be different. So it is showing minus here. GRIR clearing account. Okay, now post it. Click on enter. See, document is posted. So let me go to display document. I'll go back to the PO. I'll refresh. Yeah, you see the document is reversed. I'll check the entries here. All on document. We'll see how the financial document maintained. Yeah, you see KBS, domestic supply, WRX. These are the transaction it has generated. If you would have seen it the other way, for other POs, the transaction will be different. For example, let's try 6. Yeah, you see, for this is, hello?
No, it is one.
Okay, I think somebody has used it, so it got disconnected. Okay, so that's it. So this is about the, written order. Okay, so far what we have seen, consignment order, pipeline order, written order, blanket order. Okay, so kindly, that's it for today's session. So I would request kindly practice it as we are going fast. I mean, we are already moving ahead. So please practice. Tomorrow you want to have class or you want to spend time for practicing?
I think we will spend time for practicing it.
Okay, so let's connect on Monday. I'm giving 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Kindly practice until today, whatever we have done it. Okay.
So Monday there will be no class, no?
We can
Not
have
on
Monday.
Tuesday.
Sorry.
No, like, fine, ma'am. Like, because,
Yeah, Monday we will have class. Okay.
okay.
Okay,
I
great.
will
So
talk to Rasu to change the schedule.
yeah,
Monday,
sure.
Wednesday, and I think Friday.
No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll have
Yeah,
it
correct.
alternative days because these days we had some connection issue. So that's why I wanted to have regularly. So next we'll have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.